Hello guys, today we will see Vagrant, which is a tool for building and managing virtual machines in command line. You can run any applications like PHP, MySQL or Node.js environment or Python on this tiny virtual VM called Vagrant Box. Why we need Vagrant? Vagrant helps in automation. This means that all the packages or server installations in Vagrant file can be specified and can be easily automated using Chef, Ansible or shell scripts. Second advantage is it lowers environment setup time for development. Once you define your Vagrant file, you can push that Vagrant file into repository, and when a new joiner come, he or she can clone the repository and use the same Vagrant file for making the development environment up in few minutes. Third point is it increases production parity and makes the environment as replica of others. This means that we can easily replicate the production scenarios for issue fix and check. With some simple commands, the machine will be ready in your laptop and you can share it with developers or you can show in a demo with customers. Alright, let's first start with installation of Vagrant. I am using Windows 10 machine. For this, you need to download two things. First, Vagrant itself, and then a virtual box. So you can download Vagrant from the vagrantup.com. For me, it's a Windows environment, so I have chosen this Windows. Just download, that's it. Other than that, you need VirtualBox. So go to virtualbox.org and click on this link, download VirtualBox. Okay. The reason for VirtualBox is that Vagrant need a provider, basically a VM provider. VirtualBox is more popular, but you can use others as well. The installation is very straightforward. Just go ahead and click to next and finish. Okay, once you done, open up your terminal or command prompt and issue command vagrant -v. You can see the Vagrant version. Let me pull down the VirtualBox also. So this is my VirtualBox installation. 5 virtual machines and all are in power off state. Let me minimize this. So in Vagrant, you will be managing your VirtualBox using the Vagrant shell. Before going to start, I will create a folder called Skynet demo. Here all our Vagrant files or project files will be go into this folder. Okay. So now I am going to open my Visual Code Editor. By default, it will point to Skynet demo folder. Alright, the main core of Vagrant is Vagrant file. It has all the settings and configuration. It is complicated, but today we will deal with some basics and fundamentals. Before going into demo, I would like to give you some more details of Vagrant file. A Vagrant file has main 5 parts. So let me show you that 5 parts here. 5 main parts of Vagrant file. By the way, Vagrant is written in Ruby, but you don't need to have any experience with Ruby to work on Vagrant. All is set of some configurations only. The first one is config.vm.box. So in this section, you basically mention about operating system, which operating system you need to run. For example, Ubuntu, CentOS, Debian, whatever may be. And the second part is config.vm.provider. So in my case, it will be VirtualBox. It will be VirtualBox by default. The third main part is config.vm.network. So in this section, it describes about your host computer, how your host computer sees your box, sees your VirtualBox. Okay. And the fourth point is config.vm.synced folder. Here you will mainly dealing with how you access files from your computer to the guest machine or basically to Vagrant box. And the last part is config.vm.provision. So in this section you will deal with what you want to set up. So basically automation, like if you want to install Apache, you can mention over there. Okay. So these are the main 5 parts of a Vagrant file. If you are familiar with this makes you easy to play around the background in a much better way. Okay, so let me minimize it. So now we are going to start. It's called app.vagrantapp.com. So here you can discover your virtual boxes. You can see this one is Ubuntu 64-bit. So basically a small miniature form of package of OS Ubuntu. And here you see HashiCorp's VirtualBox, like backend is Ubuntu. We have CentOS, etc. Okay, all right. So let me bring up my terminal. All this want to start is that you need to open up terminal and issue one command, vagrant init ubuntu slash thrusty64. So it will create a vagrant file automatically. Okay, so let me pull down my Visual Studio. So there you can see the vagrant file. So you notice that most of the lines are commented, right? As you can see, the 5 main parts like VM box, network, sync folder, provision. Okay, fine. And you notice that it's from Ubuntu Trusty64, which we give the command full configuration. I will show this machine here. So this is the vagrant file. So now I am going to bring this machine up. So vagrant up. So this will be a plain default box. There is no provision mentioned. First time it will take some time because it need to download some stuffs, and later on it will not take this much time to bringing it up. At the same time, you can notice here like this is the new machine which we are going to build just now using Vagrant. We are managing everything using this shell command. All right, so you can see the machine is running. Still now we are not into SSH into this server. Before doing that, I would like to show you one command, vagrant suspend. Basically what it's doing is it will save the current state of the VM. See, it changed the status. Okay, and you can see the system configuration for the default VM is 512 byte. So what we can do is we can try for increasing the memory and CPU. Okay, for that we need to uncomment this line, save this file. First we need to vagrant resume, that brings the machine up. Here you can see one dot vagrant. It's a hidden file, so don't bother about much on that. So now we are resuming the machine back. You notice that there is no change happen, still it's 512 MB. So the thing which you need to notice is whenever you update the vagrant file, you need to issue one command called vagrant reload. Once you issue the command vagrant reload, then only the configuration file will be get reflected over the VirtualBox. There it goes. Now the memory has changed from 512 MB to 1 gig, and the current state is running. So let's clear my screen, and now I am going to SSH into the VirtualBox. For that we can use vagrant SSH. We are managing this VirtualBox using the command prompt only. That is what we use vagrant. It will be much more easy. So now we are into that machine. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, this is an empty box. We didn't mention anything on provision part, so it's not install anything. So let me first update the box. I can use sudo apt update. Fine, the update has been completed. So now I am going to install git. So let me check. So git is not there, so let me install it. Sudo apt install -y. Hope you know why I give y. Git. Fine. So let me check the git version. Okay, so now git is installed only in this VirtualBox, this vagrant box, what I could say, and not in my host machine. Once I stop this machine and start power on again, this git installation will be there. Okay, now we are going to install Apache. Okay, install -y Apache 2. So after installation of Apache, I will show you all web server and how the changes has been happened from a development environment. So now we are going to see how you can access this web server. Okay, so you can see the Apache service is running. So for that we need to edit the configuration file over here. Hope you remember a third point in Vagrant file like network. So you have to enable this one, this line, config.vm.network forwarded guest port 80 and host is 8080. This means that the Apache running on Vagrant on port 80 will be listening on my local on my host machine 8080. Okay, so I have saved the file. Hope you remember after completing this we need to reload. So let me exit from this server. Okay, so I need to use Vagrant reload. Whenever you make any changes on configuration file of Vagrant, that is Vagrant file, you have to do reload. Okay, let me try to access our Vagrant box by using port 8080. You can see VirtualBox having Apache running and I can able to access the Apache from my local machine. So now I am going to edit default page and see whether the changes seen or not. Okay, I'm going to edit this page. So let's notice the title. So I'm going to change this title to Skynet Clouds, and when I refresh you just notice the title will change. See, now I will show you the sync folder. So for that what I will do is I will uncomment this line. Okay, and I'm specifying the current directory is the current one inside the Skynet demo, and the path will be /var www html. So this will definitely change the index file, right? This is the path for the default document root. Okay, let me reload the Vagrant again. So Vagrant reload. So whenever you change the configuration file, you need to reload it again. Here you can see the var www.html folder is being synced to Skynet demo, right? So here you can see the var www.html, that is the Vagrant box location, is being mapped to our current working directory. Okay, so let me create a file over here, index.html, or you can specify like demo.html. Okay, so inside this I'm just mentioning h2 tag, and inside that I am writing welcome Skynet Clouds. So this file is called demo.html. Let me go to my browser and here /demo.html. You could see the file. Okay, after you finishing your work you can power off the machine. So for that you can use Vagrant halt. So let me bring the VirtualBox also, so you can see the state. Now it's running. Okay, you can see it's got to power off stage, right? So if you want to delete this box you can use Vagrant destroy. So this will delete the Vagrant box. Okay, yes, I want to delete. See, the VirtualBox got removed, right? But here you can notice that Vagrant file is still there. That command will not delete the Vagrant file. Okay, just destroy only the box. Now let's see the provision part. So in our Vagrant box, what we can do is we can enable the provision. So for that, enabling this, and then we are going to install apt update. Then we updating the Apache 2, okay, and this end will be there. So I want to comment this end also, because there now we are ready with the Vagrant file. So I need to issue Vagrant up command. So now this will create a new. So I have taken our virtual box also. You could see a new box has been come. Okay. So this process will take some time, because using shell provision we are updating the Ubuntu box as well as installing Apache, Chef or Ansible. And if you have any shell scripts that makes the provision, you can specify your shell scripts over here instead of giving commands over here. Okay, so the machine state is now running. See, now apt update is going on. Now Apache is installing. You just notice that one index file also here, because this is a new box, and the box is from Ubuntu Trusty 64. It has Apache now installed, and host 8080 is accessible from outside, and we already synced this folder, means the current working directory is synced to www.html, and its memory is 1 gig. Okay, so let me open the index file. So this is the normal index file. So I don't want this. I just remove this and put one new tag, h1 demo, h2 Skynet clouds. Then save the file, and let me open my browser. So let me point to the index file. See, demo and Skynet clouds. Also in this box we have demo HTML, because we already specify our path like sync folder. So what all the files present here will be synced to www.html. Okay, so I hope this video is pretty much useful if you are a developer, or if you are showing some demo to the customer. This is a very good tool, and Vagrant is an product from HashiCorp. So I hope this video will be useful. If you like the video, please subscribe our channel and stay tuned for our next video. Thanks for watching.